Ali moved along with the crowd, which flowed like a river, to the edge of the town, where the big parade was to wind up. The town was made up a hodgepodge of races, brown, yellow, and white. Brown and yellow and brown white, and its culture was a mixture of Malay, Spanish, Chinese, and American. Ali was brown, but he did not feel he belonged in the town. The heat beat down on him and drew the sweat from the pores of his lean and hard body. Looking the light, white cotton shirt he wore. When he came to an acacia tree, spreading its branches across the ditch on the roadside, he broke out of the crowd and took refuge in its shade. But soon after, hunger began pinching his stomach. All week long he had prayed and fasted. From new moon to full moon he had not eaten a grain of rice, nor drunk a drop of water, under the watchful eye of the sun. What little he ate and drank he did under the cover of night. Gathering saliva in his mouth, he swallowed a gob of it to relieve his insides. Suddenly little knots of cold began to climb behind his knees. Would he falter and fail? Would fear overcome him? Alice's hand moved stealthily to the slit under the double folds of his wide silk pants, which he wore wrapped around the waist under a heavy leather belt. His fingers closed around the hardwood handle of sheath long blade that was strapped to the inside of his left leg. The feel of the weapon's handle in his grasp sent the blood rushing back into his limbs. No, he was not afraid. Only killing men of their kind, men of their faith, would atone for the crime that had put them to shame. Their blood would wash off the resentment he felt and cleanse the spirit of his reward in heaven. The Imam, the village priest, had tried to dissuade him and his brother.
It is wrong to kill. The Prophet did not teach it. Do not listen to him. He is crazy.
The shrill blast of a whistle somewhere down the road jarred his thoughts and awoke his senses. Two men wearing sun helmets started pushing the people to the sides of the road. Alice's hand released his weapon. The band going by made a prodigious sound like the rattling of empty cans. The clangor perked him up momentarily. Now was the time. Ali thought. It was torture to wait longer. But where was Omar? He was to come from the village and join him here under this tree. They would make the attack together. They should be killed together. And together they would ride their white horses to heaven. He pushed the black round fez on his head and unbuttoned his shirt to the waist and covering his hard fleshed chest to the breeze. He must not look dangerous. He must not arouse suspicion in any way. Omar had cautioned him emphatically. Wiping his low forehead and high cheekbones on the sleeves of his shirt, he leaned back against the acacia tree, looking like one whose only concern was his physical comfort in the stifling weather. Nobody watching him would have known that underneath his calm exterior his body was alive to the hair roots, and his mind was counting the seconds like a stopwatch. His disguise was perfect.